Hi guys, welcome to the Monday Live, which is always at the same time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Whether you're part of our group of people working to reset their mind and gain a different mindset, or whether you just stumbled upon this live, stay a little bit, see if you like it. A lot of it is questions and answers. I take questions from either people in my group or people in general via email, mona.khad@yahoo.com. And if I feel the subject of the question would benefit the group, then I take it up. It's all about how to improve our mindset to create the life that we want. Manifestation, but not manifestation out of spells or other rituals or anything like that. We're really out of our own mindset. How to improve and how to actually feel happy inside. How to have productive relationships, how to recognize our value add to the world, our intrinsic value as women. So welcome, and I'm going to get going. We usually give everybody about a minute. Okay, let's give them a few more seconds, and then we're going to get going. Meanwhile, I just want to remind you that every single creator you watch, if they have more than 10,000 followers, they will have spam accounts. The spam accounts, what they do is, they impersonate you, and then they reach out to your followers and say, hey, can I give you a reading? Or, if it's a finance person, can I do your finances or take a look of it? The point is just ignore all of this, okay? Because the majority of creators, if they're big creators, they will not contact you. I don't contact anybody. If you need me, you have to contact me. There's a link in my bio. If you don't need me, it's not a problem. But just be wary of people who are creators contacting you. It's usually a spam account or something. Okay. Can I burn the sweater? Is messing up with my mindset. Nice. It's not even my sweater. That's the beauty of it. All right, but I'll give this feedback back to my kid, okay? That the sweater was not a hit. That's so funny. All right, so we're doing a 60-day challenge that's available in my bio. Our Facebook group has about 200 people. We're working towards just resetting our minds and putting our success stories as we're doing this. And there's so many success stories in the group. People getting free trips, people getting checks out of nowhere, people getting new opportunities. It's just like really, really amazing. Just to see, like many times I look at it, so I'm like, oh my God, I'm even like surprised of what, and then, I reset my mind and I'm like, yeah, this is normal. Because what you have to do when you have a success story is you have to normalize that success. The more you normalize that success, the more you're able to do it again. Now, I did a video, maybe it was 3 days ago, okay? And it was like how your subconscious is like a thermostat. And I want to address it a little bit because the video didn't perform that well, but I thought it was an incredible lesson for everybody. So if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. And I was basically talking in it about how the subconscious mind is just a series of programs. All these programs, you already know this, right? Because everybody talks about this. All these programs that are instilled in you before the age of 7. And then what happens is because we don't have the awareness or the intellect to sort of make decisions about every single thing that unfolds in our reality. What happens is these programs take over and they unfold circumstances and events around us that match those programs. So what happens is these programs that we're programmed with, just an overview. These programs, they work like the thermostat in your home. Okay, so the thermostat in your home is like you have a default mode. You as an adult, a formed adult, have a default mode of the way you are. It's already set. And when you default from that, okay, let's say you default from it a little bit, you're doing some work on yourself, or maybe it's the other way, you're going through a tough time. What this thermostat will do is it will aim to bring you back to this neutral state, to the you that's the general you, the sum of you that has made every free will choice in this life. Okay, so it's aiming to either bring you back up if you've had, a fall down, or it's if you're feeling really confident because of something that you haven't really made a change to a program, but something good happened, it will work to level you back down. And this is just automatic. You can't do anything about this, right? So the thermostat will reset itself. But when it senses a deviation from who you are, whether it's positive or negative, it will aim not to do that again. So in that sense, it's not like the thermostat in your home because it actually learns something. Okay, now all these programs that are in our subconscious mind, they're energetic systems. They're not programs like they would be in a computer. They're energetic system. And every energetic system is fighting for its own survival. They want to stay the same. They want to exist. This is the difference, right? It's not like a chip you can take out of your mind and insert a new chip. It doesn't work that way, right? They will fight you back every time you try to change anything. This is why I tell everybody who's doing the work with me, who's doing the 60-day challenge or part of our group, when they have setbacks, your ego is fighting for its survival. These programs, they actually have some type of intelligence. They want to keep existing. They don't want to be replaced. They're not going to be like, oh, I'm poor, I'm poor, I'm poor. All of a sudden you're like doing affirmations. I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy. And the poor program is like, oh, okay, I guess I'm just going to go away. No, they will fight. They will be like, no, you're poor. I'm going to show you right now an instance in which you're poor. Please don't delete me. I want to exist, you know? So the perseverance and persistence you have to have. This is what I tell everybody. This work is simple, but it's not easy at all. It's sort of overcoming yourself, overcoming all these programs on a daily basis. And the way to do it, the summary on how to do it is you have to set extremely clear goals. Okay, extremely clear. Now, a lot of people who are doing my 60-day challenge, when they get to day 10, 20, they change those clear goals because they realize, you know, that the point of doing the program is you realize yourself that you don't want those things, or that you could further clarify those things. Now, once you've gone through this exercise once or twice, your goals will be clear. Okay, and once your goals are clear, you have to gradually change all your responses to 3D that don't match the person that has those goals. Okay, maybe this is a complicated way of saying it, but that's exactly what you need to do. So the you who you are today, understand, I repeat this on almost every life, the you who you are today can only have the life that you have today. You cannot have better. Okay, you can go the other way because a system that's not tended to devolves. Okay, you degenerate, but you cannot go further without working somehow on it. So, you know, usually you work in 3D. You work hard, and you get promoted. And you're thinking, oh, I'm growing through life. Yeah, you're going through life via a lot of effort. But maybe mindset, you haven't changed. So what's going to happen? At some point, you might lose your job where you thought you were doing well. Or you might, because it's all about the program resetting to the person that you think you are today. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys? Rev your car engine to show dominance. I see we have a lot of new people who don't know what my content is about. Somebody once on a live asked me to give them a car tour. I told you guys I don't perform for you. This is an educational content. All right, I'm going to go to the questions. And the questions that I had, let me just see, because I put it on my other phone so I can read them during my lives. Okay, so I get this message on Instagram. The challenge, hi Mona, the challenge has been amazing. I'm on day 11 and I've noticed such a change in how I feel in my body, and others are noticing. I'm getting compliments every day and also have been provided for by my dad and partner way more than usual. It's been awesome. I'm so grateful to be part of this magical group. Sending you a topic for your next live. Could you speak on the best ways to rewire your subconscious when it comes to negative beliefs about debt? So, you know, number one, Queen, I'm so happy that you're already seeing results at day 11. I think everybody pretty much sees some type of result by day 10 of my challenge, but I'm so happy to see this is, you know, massive improvements. So she's asking me, could you speak on the best way to rewire the subconscious when it comes to negative beliefs around debt? The only people that have negative beliefs around debt are people who do not have money. Okay, you understand that everybody has debt. Rich people have a lot of debt. And I actually went out with two of my friends on Friday night, like my best friends. And one of them, she's done really well in life. We all have done well in life, but she's done more so than us. And, you know, she invested early with her husband. She got married very young. She invested early. They bought a house. They bought another house. They bought another house. They bought a business. They did this and this and that. And she was saying, oh, you know, I'm feeling overwhelmed because I logged into my bank account and I saw that my debt is 4.2 million, right? Like in her personal name, right? So I'm like, you know, it sounds like a big number, but that's a good number to have. The bank will not lend 4.2 million to somebody who's broke, right? So there's people out there you see who actually, like, her net worth is a lot higher than that, right? It would be probably double that, okay? Which doesn't mean she has 8 million. She probably just has 4. But to have that 4 million and to have that good life, you got to have another 4 million in debt. Do you understand? So rich people are not scared about debt. In fact, there's no taxes on debt, right? When you borrow money, why is there no tax on it? So if I want to put, let's say, a down payment on something, on a business, right? If I'm saving from my paycheck to do that, and if I need $100,000, well, in Canada, I need to make $200,000 because they tax me at 53%, right? So for me, to have 100,000, I need to make 200,000. But for me, if I just go to the bank and borrow it, and I can just borrow 100,000, that 100,000 is not taxed. Why not? It's not taxed because all rich people operate on debt. And I think, like, if you have debt, if you're scared of that debt, that's a sure way to gain more bad debt. And one way I want you guys to sort of reprogram your mind around that, just as a level number one. Of course, it would depend on your personal situation, and if you want to talk to me more personally, that's fine. But in general, do not be scared of debt, and understand that in order, like, you being able to handle money and handle debt is a part of you being successful. No business functions without loans. No business is successful without borrowing money and reinvesting it. People refinance their homes to buy other properties, and this is how they grow generational wealth, etc. This is how to rewire. Do not be scared of debt. Please understand it exactly how it functions. Do not rush to pay it back if it's going to cost you more in producing money in taxes. Please understand all of this, like how it works. You need to be financially literate, especially as a woman. You really need to understand how much, when you buy a purse that's $500, you really need to understand how much that purse costs. Many times, even if you're taxed at 25%, well, that purse has cost you $750, not $500, right? But if you borrow $500, because you had to pay taxes on $750 to have $500 in cash. But if you borrow $500, and if you know somehow we'll pay it back, well, the interest on it is going to be a lot lower. That's how I want you guys to think about this. So, is there any question on that? Like, I'm very financially literate. I can't give you, like, investment advice or anything like that because I don't have a license to do that. But I can give you general advice on how to think about money. 100% makes sense. Do you believe in reality shifting? I do. I have a lot of, my content is grouped in categories, and you can go into how to manifest or things you didn't know playlists and find out what I have to say about it. Mona, I really enjoyed your live on the 15 where you delve into esoteric topics. Can we do more on that soon? Yeah, we can. We can definitely do it in our group if you guys want. I don't know how many people are interested in the esoterical. There's a lot of accounts that deal with that. I don't want to give myself like a witchy sort of image or persona, because that's not who I am. Like, I look into the esoterical for different reasons, to find hidden meaning. I don't do it to be like, go into the occult or anything like that. So I'm not really sure. If you want to talk about something, send me a note, and we'll see when we can address it, when it's appropriate. The other thing I wanted to mention is this Saturday we're having in our group, where's my pen? In our group, we're having the private live. We have one every 2 weeks, and this one is on relationships. On Facebook, in case you guys don't know, you can put a much longer question than you can on this lives on TikTok. So, we pretty much, it's a small group. We pretty much know each other, or we know of each other. And, when you put questions, you can be way more personal, and I will address it, sort of like group coaching. Bring your relationship questions if you're part of the group. Bring them on this Saturday at 1 p.m. Let's see. Alisa says, I'm trying to manifest a vehicle, but everything is too expensive. I keep getting bad news. Go and test drive or look at in a showroom the exact vehicle you want. Okay? And you have to do this exercise with an honest heart. because the majority of people will not feel comfortable or themselves walking into a Lamborghini showroom. Like, I know I wouldn't. First of all, I don't want that, but I wouldn't feel comfortable in a car like that, me driving it, right? Like, I want a nice, elegant, top of the line SUV. That's sort of not flashy. It's not. That's what I have now. My lease is actually coming due, and I've done this exercise of going back to the dealership. I don't think I want to get another Land Rover, but it's, you know, I'm going to other dealerships and I'm looking at a few other cars, and you know, I'm sort of trying to see, where do I match? Where do I feel comfortable in this car? And please understand, you can never get a car that you're not comfortable in. You're not going to attract it. You can't. If you have enough money and you go and pay for it, you're not. The car that's going to come to you and easily come to you is the one that you feel like your identity matches with it. So be honest with yourself. If your identity, like my identity, does not match with the Lamborghini, and I don't think, like, if I won the lottery for 50 million, there's no way I would get one. It's not, I would feel uncomfortable. Okay, go and see. Maybe you feel uncomfortable already in a Mercedes dealership. Maybe you feel really good in a brand new Toyota. Maybe you do feel good in a Land Rover, but you have to be honest. And that car, just go in it and see everything that's in it. Like, see it, not on the internet. See it, touch it, smell it, see how it smells, and then take a personal object in your mind. Like, I love these. I even, like, told you guys to get it. Okay, these are my oil blotting sheets, and they work really well. Okay, so I always have this in my purse, in my car, everywhere. So you imagine this, or whatever it is you're using on a daily basis, you imagine on that specific dashboard. Okay, and you put it there, and you see yourself in your mind after you've seen the car opening whatever dashboard. They each have like a different kind of, setup there, and you take that personal object, whether it's, crucifix or whatever people have in their car, your sunglasses, just put it there in that car mentally after you've seen the car, a car you are comfortable in. Don't forget, this is very important. Let's see what else. What is the best book you'd recommend to learn what you learned about the finances? The entry-level books, if you're not really sure about investing and everything, is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read that many years ago. I've learned day trading for dummies. I've been successful at that also. Not to make millions of dollars, but successfully trading. I will have to think about a few more, and I wouldn't mind doing a video about the books you should read on that. But the entry-level ones, read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then read some of the For Dummies things. You got to understand how taxation works. You got to understand how estate planning works and all of this, like how you can borrow against your existing assets. All of this is important for women to understand. What is it they're sitting on and how they can increase that. What about student loan debt? Student loan debt only looks big when you're a student. Okay, I paid all my student loan debt by the age of 27 just by focusing on my career and a great job. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like, I had, I don't know, like $25,000. And I was like, $25,000. My God. It only seemed big at the time. Okay, it only seems big. Let me just put my phone on do not disturb. But it only seems big when you're a student, or when you're just, please focus on your career. When you focus on what you want, what you don't want just goes away. You can't focus on paying back the debt. That's not what you're focused on. You have to focus on making a large income, and then the debt will take care of itself. Happy Family Day, Chris. Let's see. How do I win contest using law of attraction? You know what? Watch that woman, Helen Hansel, is it? Is it Helen Hansel? She won 5,000 contests. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? She's like she has a super famous formula. And, I wouldn't be the best person to give you that about winning contests, even though I win all sorts of little things all the time. The largest thing I ever won in the lottery was like $8,700. And the largest things I've ever won at a contest was an iPad. So, my mom also won one time a surround system. But I know a lot of people won at contests just by like doing different techniques. And, I don't put my energy into that right now. I have a different focus in life than winning contests. Let's see. Somebody says, I attracted Mercedes-Benz after downloading the picture on my laptop because I love the design of it. Yes, you love the design of it, and I want you to tell everybody you felt comfortable driving a Mercedes. Your identity felt, it didn't seem like for you it would be like, oh my God, maybe I get mugged in this Mercedes. Maybe it's like, you know, how am I gonna take care of it financially when something breaks down? I bet you didn't think about any of that stuff. You just be like, this is what I want, this is what matches me. Usually people, what they want is what matches them. And this is why people, when they're looking to set up their lives, their mindset. I have not heard anybody buying my 60-day challenge and putting at the top of their goals, I want to win an 18-bedroom, or I want to have an 18-bedroom home. Not one person out of hundreds of people, not one person. Okay, because nobody wants to own an 18-bedroom home. That's not comfortable. It doesn't matches the identity of, you know, Rothschilds. I don't know, but it doesn't match the identity of people like regular, even successful people. It doesn't. Who wants that? It's overwhelming, right? You want to have a big house, nice pool, definitely afford household help for the house. You want to have nice professionally landscape, but you don't want a palace. I bet you. And this is very important that you understand that the identity, you don't have to want what society tells you to want. You have to be very clear with what you want that matches you in your heart. Okay, so you do know who Helen Hansel is? Yeah, you guys can watch that. I bet she's gonna work for some people. You know, I listened to her like years ago and stuff. I didn't try the technique, to tell you the truth. But it's just, why not try it? Why not try it? Report back to me if it's done something for you. Much love to you too. Thank you. Let me have a sip of coffee. I feel like I'm talking too much. Let's see what the next thing is that I want to talk about. Okay, this queen, I'm so proud of her. Listen to this. Hi Mona, I'm on day 4 of the 60-day challenge and I have already experienced something very interesting. To give you some context, I was born in Hawaii and only moved there last year. However, things didn't work out because I was living with my mom and her financially controlling partner. Him and I fought a lot. Because of this, I came back to Canada to live with my grandmother. I absolutely love Hawaii, and one of my goals is to move back to Hawaii after my senior year of high school this year. So listen to this. This queen is doing my 60-day challenge, is investing in herself, is doing this method. She's in her senior year of high school. I don't know if in my senior year of high school, I would have had the maturity to be like, let me do a program that improve myself and see what else other than what school tells me I can do. See what else I can. So I'm just so proud of her and I was so impressed. I think this is the youngest person that ever reported back to me. You know, I generally think women who are part of this group are a little older than high school, but I was very, very proud to hear something like this. Okay, so let's go on with the story. I absolutely love Hawaii. I want to move back there, but I didn't put it as one of my manifestations for the 60-day challenge because I won't be done high school by the time the 60 days are over. However, I did put it in my vision board because I couldn't resist and felt guided to. This brings me to my crazy news. Yesterday, my mom talked to my biological dad, who also lives in Hawaii, and he told her that he wants me to live with him in Hawaii. This is definitely not something I want to do. She continues. She wants her manifestation to come in a different way than living with her dad. But here's what I have to say about this. Number one, when you're doing the 60-day challenge, understand that you are just planting the seeds on what's to come. It's not that it's necessarily going to come in 60 days. What you have to pay attention in the 60 days and the energy that we pour into this group and we pour back into each other, you have to really pay attention to the changes that happen in your 3D reality and the changes and how you respond to the old things in your 3D reality. Because if you don't respond differently, no change has been effectuated inside of you. Generally, people have comments on how their dreams changed, on how they see other people reacting differently to them, but really what's happening is they're giving off a different energy. And so other people automatically react to them differently because of their new energy. And what I want you to say to understand, Queen, is number one, I'm proud of you. Number two, the 60-day is for planting seeds. Most people do the 60-day more than once. We have people with us in our group since last summer and they keep doing the challenge because they keep seeing results, obviously. So I can't sell it as a 360-day challenge because then nobody would buy it, because nobody wants to commit to themselves for that long. So it's 60 days, you will see changes, and as you can tell, she's already seeing changes. Now, some of your manifestations will not come in the way that you want them to. This is what I'm saying. You got to be very, very specific on what you want, because otherwise, if you're loose, if you're just saying, I want to live in Hawaii, that's loose. Right? It's loose. So your biological dad now all of a sudden calls your mom, says, I want her to live with me. It's not what you want. It's not what you meant. But it's the manifestation of what you said. Right? It's the manifestation of what you said. So you didn't say, I want to move to Hawaii and be on my own and have a big house by the beach and, and because you weren't specific, the universe finds the easiest way for the universe to manifest that. Now, you have a choice. You can accept that or you can reject that, go back to the drawing board and re-clarify. And don't talk to anybody about it, sorry. Speak it out loud to yourself and write about it. Obviously, put it in the challenge. And speak about your life in Hawaii. And again, this has to be something that matches your identity. So if your identity is telling you at 18 years old, you're not going to live in a $2 million house, do not envision that yet. You can manifest your life step by step. Okay? Because a $2 million house that you're going to get at 35 is not going to be satisfactory to you now. And if you set your goal too high, what may happen is you give up on this whole process. You're like, oh, this isn't working. It will work. All our manifestations will work, but the timing is not up to us. So put something realistic. You live in Hawaii, you're financially independent. You're you have a certain amount of money in your bank. You have a certain type of job. You have a certain you go to a certain university. They pay for your scholarship, whatever is appropriate. You understand? This is where your mind has to dwell. So the universe has shown you that your manifestations are coming to pass. You don't have to accept them. You can go back to the drawing board. The universe is neutral. It's not going to be upset with you and be like, well, I already gave you Hawaii. It doesn't work that way. The more you clarify, the better it gets. You don't have to accept something. So let me see if there was any comments around this. Helen, good morning. Have you heard of the 369 method? Yes. I love your affirmations. Guys, those affirmations were really downloaded in, as far as I'm concerned, in my consciousness, because it took me 20 minutes to write them. They just poured at me. And when I did this, I told everybody, and everybody who's tried them, they're on YouTube. It's a meditation. Affirmations are like questions you ask yourself as to why things are working out for you. Give it a try for like 2-3 minutes. It's a 20-minute thing, but give it a try for 2-3 minutes. See if you like them. It's on my YouTube. It's called Affirmations or something. I think it's pinned. Not to text. Hey, where is your program? What's the website? I have a link in my bio, and we're doing a 60-day challenge. The instructions are in the challenge on how to do it. It's not a high-ticket product. I don't have any courses that I sell or anything like that, just because I haven't been able to put enough energy into creating something like a course. People have asked me about that. I might do that this year, but I haven't, I just like my focus. I have a 3D business and a family. So my focus is on helping you as much as I can. Do the challenge first to get into the group energy. And if you need me, I have a Zoom one-on-one call for those who are doing the challenge. And I may come up with a program later on. But meanwhile, just go through my content. It's going to help you a lot. I had somebody testify, and I did a video on it, maybe 10 videos down, on how she manifested 200,000 just by listening to my money manifestation content. Okay, so she said, I played that on repeat and I manifested 200,000. It was a pretty young person also. So see if that's going to benefit you. I'm sure it will. Let me see. Okay. What's some of your favorite affirmations? They're in my challenge. One of them is everything always works out for me all of the time. And another one is I always get what I want or better. Again, the or better is very important, because sometimes what I want may not be the best thing for me, but the universe will find the best match along the lines of what I originally asked. All right, so those are those two. Let me see of what else would be interesting for the group. Okay. So I have this. Okay, this one's on dating and, you know, men, but it's about energy. She's saying, thank you for all your videos. I'm a new member of your group and doing the challenge. I have a question. I really resonate with your video about focusing on the qualities in a man that you want, a provider and protector and a prioritizer. I put this intention on my spreadsheet, and a few days later, I saw a police officer that I had flirted with a year and a half ago. I have actually been carrying a post-it notes in my purse since, in case I saw him again. Well, last night we went on a date and I was getting that he is a PPP, which is a protector, provider, prioritizer. He is very sweet and a gentleman and looking for a wife. However, as he was telling me about all the terrible things he sees every day at his job, I remembered how you said about being careful about what you put in your mind and not watching crime shows, etc. He was describing days at work, seeing people get killed and finding people after suicide, etc. Very graphic stuff. And I started to feel like hearing these things regularly, and him carrying that energy might attract terrible things, sorry, I had to go to the next screenshot, might attract more negative energy into my life. How do we know when something is a part of our expansion, or is it a block in our manifestation? On the one hand, I could have more bliss with a loving partner, but if that partner is constantly involved in things I want to know nothing about or be affected about, how does that work? I feel safe in his protective energy, but wish his job wasn't so heavy and dangerous. He might be better suited for one of many women who do enjoy crime stories. Okay. So let's unpack this. Number one, from a practical dating perspective, I think that many times men will adjust to the woman that they like, okay? So he may be talking about all that stuff because he is a cop and because, like you said, a lot of women are just interested in his day as a cop. Okay, so just because you had one date with him where he described all these things, he may think that is your expectation of what you want to hear. So do not be, you know, in this mode like, oh, you had a great date with a guy, but you didn't like what he talked about, and how are you going to deal with this 2 years from now? Like, people are moldable, right? You're attracted him because you're manifesting a provider and protector and prioritizer. And you got to understand the way the universe works is he also attracted you based on his need. Like you said, it was clear that he was looking for a wife and what have you, you'd be a match for him. Now, as long as those things are a match, and as long as when you're doing this work and the energy with the group, as long as you understand you always get what you want or better. Please remember what I told you, what you guys have to think about when you're determining that a man is value add for you. Because I tell all of my queens, if the guy is not value add to you, I don't want to hear your sappy story. Okay? When you're trying to determine what value add he has for your life, you also have to ask yourself, how can I contribute to his life? Like, that has to be your intention in order to keep something positive going on. Right? How can I contribute to this man's life? Well, you have a lot to offer, right? I bet you if you ask this guy and if he likes you, and if you ask him, well, I don't really want to talk about this back and forth that you have going on here, like in your day. I bet you at the end of the day, you want to come home to a nice home and just relax and not think about it. Is that true? I bet you he would say, yeah, I would love to just disconnect from all that. I can't imagine somebody going through that at work and wanting to come home to talk more about it and be more in that energy. So I think you should continue seeing this guy in the context of, can I help him and does he have value add to me? Can I contribute to his life in a sense of, you know, he's looking for a wife, you're looking for a husband. Can I make that contribution to him? And of course, all this with the understanding that if he can't protect, provide, prioritize, he's not for you. But you're determining his value add to your life. And I think this is how you have to look at it. Don't just meet someone and be like, oh yeah, you know, I like everything about this guy except this thing. So I'm not going to go for it. Just take your time. As long as you haven't determined that he has no value add to you, or that he's actually going to be taking from you, or he's looking to use you, then you should be out. But if he's nice, he's looking to do things for you, he's looking to contribute, keep going and see if you can make something work, okay? Don't overthink it. That's what I'm saying here. Let's see if I missed anything there. I always get what I want or better. Okay, I always get what I want or better, and everything always works out for me all of the time. What about depression? Can you manifest in a depressive mood, or you need to work on yourself first? I think the first step is to work on yourself, but that's a high level answer. Okay, it's not that you can't manifest things out of depression. A lot of people have, that I know personally, just called out their frustration, called out to God, and things happen for them. But what happens is those people are still not rich or happy. You know what I mean? Like, their problem was immediately solved via that manifestation. Remember how I told you the subconscious is just a series of programs, and the subconscious works like a thermostat that's always looking to reset you back to your natural state? Well, if your natural state is, this is how much I have and I can't go beyond that, sometimes you can call out to God, or you can pray, you can manifest, you can script, you can write things, and things will come to you. But then you'll deplete those resources fairly quickly and go back to your natural state. So without working on yourself, okay, what's the point manifesting $10,000 if, in 3 months you're once again going to be 10,000 in debt, and now you can't do it again? You can't do it again because it just happened one time via some energy manipulation. Now it's worse because now you're counting on your ability to make it happen again, and you can't. Have you ever heard of anybody who's constantly manifesting, randomly, every time they need $10,000, they manifest $10,000? No, the people who manifest $10,000 is the people who can constantly earn it because their image has changed from, $1,000 a week to $10,000 a week. Those are the people who consistently get results. This is why the high level answer is you can manifest something one time, maybe, but you cannot retain it and you cannot sustain it. And I just don't understand people who don't want to work on themselves, honestly, who want to take the easy way out. I don't understand. It doesn't jibe with me. It's not me. It's not what I teach. And, I invest a lot of energy in this group for very little return, by the way, because it's my way of giving back for all the goodness that I've been given in my life. And so I want people to take it seriously or not to be part of this group. Let's see. What do I do if a palm reader said negative things will happen in my life? I don't want it to manifest. Guys, stop going and looking for other people to tell you your future. Your future is not written in stone. You are a sum of all the free will choices you've made to this point in your life. You're free to choose against them. The problem is, again, subconscious running on programs, you're most likely not to read against them, not to choose against them. Okay, so you're most likely, your character and your future is determined by all the free will choices you've made so far, and your future states and probabilities of what you will do next are predetermined only because you are so set in all the free will choices you have made. And I want you to understand that you, with effort and will and pushing against it, you can change all of it. There's no such thing as a set destiny. The only thing that is set, in my opinion, in how much I've studied and I've learned in life, are two things: the day you're born and the day you die. You can't escape those things. So don't think about them. Don't worry about them. When they come, they come. It's not like you're going to be here to experience, you're not experiencing your birth, and you're not really going to experience that 1 second after your death. So you don't have to worry about that. Everything in between is a free will choice, past the 7 years of initial programming that happens from our families and friends and everybody. So I want to make sure you guys don't look to other people to tell you what's going to happen in your life. It's also a sign of laziness. It's also a sign of not understanding that you're responsible for what happens next, and not understanding that, you really have to do the work to analyze yourself and be like, how did I get to the point that I am now? Not, I'm going to go to the fortune teller to see, are things going to improve for me? No. What has landed me to, let's say, be single at this age and, be poor, be fired, what has led me to this point? What error in my thinking has led me to this point? And unless you're willing to do that work, I guess, you can keep going to people and asking them what's going to happen to you. But like you're saying, what are you going to do when they say something negative? Because probably based on the majority of people's free will choices up to now, the future that is being shown to the fortune teller, by the way, the real ones only able to read the future, the most probable future. And the most probable future is probably not pleasant, you know, because most people make bad free will choices. Let's see. I've decided everything is working out for me all the time. Exactly. Just decide that. And don't go looking for answers outside of yourself. Don't sleep on I've decided affirmations. What are you saying? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Want to say thank you. I am a month in now. And I am the weight. You weigh what you did in high school. Yeah. I have four aspects of life that I take up in my 60-day challenge. And so I think I ignore talking about the body the most, just because to me the body is always so easy in my mind, you know, because to me the body is like, it's the only aspect of your life where you don't need to make circumstances and events that have to do with other people. Right? So if I want to weigh a certain weight, it's only up to me. It's not like if you want to meet the love of your life, then there's circumstances that need to be orchestrated, or, you know, so to me, the body is like the easiest thing. And you will see results in the areas where you have the least resistance first. And you will see, I have testimonials from people who be like, my career has improved, my money has improved, you know, my love life has improved, but I haven't been able to lose 1 pound. Or, you know, like I reset my weight just like you did, but my love life is exactly the same. I keep meeting jerks. Pay attention to the area that's not changing, because if everything else is changing, it follows that you have a major block in one of these areas. There will be one area that's the easiest and one area that's the hardest. And you have to assess yourself for which area that is. Let's see, taking control. Also, since starting the challenge, the quality of the work I've put into my business has increased tremendously. Yes, I agree with that. Since I started this work, and I started years ago, my focus on, once I clarified my goals in all areas of my life, has completely changed. You know why that is? Because my focus was taken away from the world. Right? The world will try to keep your focus on all sorts of BS and politics and economics and things you can't really affect as a citizen, as an individual like yourself. The only way to make a better world is for you to improve yourself, for you to increase your self-esteem, to increase your confidence, to increase your net worth, to increase your ability to love people, which is done by attracting good interactions with other people, not by having bad experiences. So do not feel bad about doing this work on yourself. You have an obligation to do it, because you must be better for the world. Let's see. What do you think before making a choice? You would think how it fits with your goals. If you don't have goals, you don't have much to think about. This is the problem with most people. How does this fit with my goals? Right? So if my goal is to be married, me going on a date, determining the guy is just a jock, but he's kind of hot, maybe I'll sleep with him one time. That doesn't match my goal. Because what if I fall in love? What if I can't get rid of him? What if I'm going to waste another 6 months or a year with him? So you see, that choice is easy to make because I have a goal. If I don't have a goal, if I just going with the flow, random things will happen. And you're not going to think much about making a choice. You're going to be like, what feels good in the moment? Should I eat this cake? Of course, because it's delicious. Because I don't have a goal about how I want to look like. The world has to accept me as I am now. And when they don't, they're jerks. Just joined the group. I'm on day 1, excited to start. Yes. When is the next full moon? I'm not sure. I think it's due soon, but our ritual is for new moon, not full moon. Full moon for me, guys, it's devastating. I can't stand the energy of the full moon. It's too strong for me. My blinds are always down and I don't look directly at the full moon. Let me see. I try not to. Sometimes it's just beautiful. Like last month I was in Costa Rica and I was just looking at it because it was so beautiful, but I feel it. If you feel different during the full moon, make a note of this. Okay, so it's at 80% now. Here's my moon app. And full moon is on the 24th. And our next ritual and group meditation for new moon is on March 10th. That's when the new moon is. New moon does me in. New moon does you in. Hi Mona, will this be replayed on YouTube? Yeah, I post all my lives that I do here on TikTok. I post them on YouTube. The ones that I do on Facebook, no, I don't post them publicly because I talk to my queens about personal things. It's like group coaching, so it's only available in the Facebook group. Let's see. Okay, I have one more that I want to read. One moment. Let's see here. This queen says, okay, how do we know the difference between what the universe meant to happen versus what we should reject and return to the universe? For example, I was laid off with a good package, but expected to receive unemployment at the same time. Instead, unemployment is considering my package as salary and will only start my benefits in May. I was elated at the thought that I would have my government unemployment plus my package, as I would have covered all of my expenses in the delay of buying a business, just trying to buy a business. Now I say, no, this is not my reality and contest the decision of the government, or do I accept it as part of the universe's plan? Also, I started some renovations before I got laid off, and it turned into an insurance claim. I asked the universe that the insurance cover all of the cost of the renovation, but instead it only covered half. The fact that the renovation turned into an insurance claim is a huge blessing, and I was very grateful for that. Was I being unrealistic and greedy, asking the universe to cover all the cost? So in her first example, she's saying, I was thinking I'm going to have my package plus my benefits from being laid off. In her second example, she's saying the renovation, the money she was planning to stay on the renovation, she actually got half back from the insurance. So that's a positive thing, but she was aiming for higher to get it all covered from the insurance. And then she's saying, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow on the live. Well, here's the thing. So you're like at a sort of like everything kind of always works out in a sense for you, right? Because you had a down on the government, but then you had an up on the insurance claim or what have you, but you're not where you want to be, okay? You're just playing with this. I know you started a challenge, maybe 30 days ago or something like this, and you need to keep going on it. But because, I hope I didn't reveal who this person is, I didn't. Because I have spoke to this person on a Zoom call and I kind of have more background on her, here's what I would say. What happens to us when we do this challenge, when we do energy work, and when we do self-improvements in this manner, in like challenging our reality, what happens is the universe is looking to fulfill its interests as it pertains to your consciousness. And its interest is to grow the quality of your consciousness. Now, because the universe is growing the quality of your consciousness at the same time as meeting your demands, right? For you to go to the next level, you cannot go until you have proven to the universe that you are different than the person that you were 30 days ago, 6 months ago, what have you. Because I know more about your situation, what I can say here is this. You may have to relinquish some of this financial independence that you are craving for desperately. Okay, because you want to start a business with a partner that you have to trust completely, 100%. The universe wants you to test if you can, this is my personal interpretation, if you can rely on this partner. Okay, because when you have a business together with somebody, you got to understand, like that person, if you're 50-50 partners, that person can walk away with all the money that's in the business account one day. And we all like to think this will never gonna happen. But it might, okay? Can this person, are you who probably never shared, your finances with anyone who, or maybe shared and was disappointed, are you ready for this next step to put your financials into somebody else's hands, right? So the universe is giving you all these financial challenges to see how you're dealing with this, because your goal is to run a successful business with one specific partner. So I hope you can understand this, okay? Because I would see nothing wrong with you asking this partner for help at this point to see what the attitude towards money would be. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying ask him because, he's supposed to help you. There are some tests involved here for you, because you're not going to open this new business on your own. In everything that you're going through, when it's so specific, please ask yourself, what's the lesson here for me? And it will come to you. It might come to you as your, it will be like a clear realization. Oh, I got to do this. And usually what those things are, what these tests are, is us facing things that will shift our perspective and shift the people that we are. Because like I said in the beginning, and I keep insisting, the person that you are today can only have the life that you have today. If you're seeing that the universe is challenging the person that you are today, either weight-wise, financial-wise, relationship-wise, this is your opportunity to increase the quality of your consciousness to go to the next level. That's what's happening here. You didn't think you're just gonna script something and then boom, the Mercedes is on the driveway. Come on. People who do this work understand what this work is all about. It's important that you understand. I told you guys, it's not easy. I gave you a guideline. Don't deviate from my instructions on how to do this work. And don't go and ask for your future at fortune tellers while you're doing this work. When is the next full moon? And how my mind initially went to red. I'll see if I have time to come back to that one. Relationships and body. What if my money is blocked? Let's see. I just want to make sure there's no questions on what I said. I would like to ask a question regarding a post you made. You replied yesterday. Just go ahead and ask the questions, guys. Don't preempt me with this. I had a dream where one of my manifestations came to pass and everyone was congratulating me. You know what? Check if that manifestation, I know people tell you, oh, it means your manifestations is on the way. But if that manifestation is very far away from your self-image that you have of yourself today, what happens is because you keep insisting, your subconscious might just need to complete this in the dream state, might need to fulfill this in the dream state. It can't fulfill it in real life because it's too far of an identity match with you, but it has to, because of the instruction you gave it, it has to. So if you have a specific dream about one of your manifestations coming to pass, sometimes, yes, it may be an indication that it may come to pass, but more often than not, it will be your subconscious saying, check mark, I've done this. I know this is not pleasant to hear. Check your manifestation against your current identity. If there's too much of a gap, go step by step. Let's see. Can you manifest for others? I have a video on that, under how to manifest. Yeah, there's a lesson here. Okay, what time is it? Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to address that queen who said, when I did the video with identifying items that were blue, the financial exercise, you guys have to all do it, and she only saw red. What does it mean? I don't know if it means something for you in terms of financials. What it means is that you have an ability to anticipate the next step in your reality. So your subconscious may have connected to mine, and because we can do that, we're all on the same network, and your subconscious already knew what I was going to say next. Do you understand what I'm saying? So things like this is you got to pay attention to the type of manifestor that you are, to how you understand the world. We each have a different talent. We're more talented towards one way of manifesting than another. That's why I'm doing different exercises with my group, images, instructions, words, just for them to understand, hey, maybe I work better with this, maybe I work better with that, right? We all work better with anything. So it might not mean anything, Queen, that you saw red. It might also mean that this group energy is drawing for you and is telling you like you should, try to be part of it, or here's where you belong, or what have you. It might be just that you connected with me and you have the ability to connect and anticipate the next step in general with people. Assess yourself for that ability. The dream thing is mind-blowing. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes the answer is not so simple. Oh, if you dream about it, it means it's coming true. No. It's a big manifestation, so it makes sense. Yeah, take it slow, step by step. You know, if your big manifestation is you know, getting married, you know, 200 people ceremony, 500 people ceremony, you know, you might want to say first, you know, I have a great first date and a great interaction to a guy. Then I have put the ring on your vision board, you know, the vision board that I provide as part of my program. Guys, I'm okay if you have a physical vision board as well, but please do put all the images in the vision board of the 60-day challenge. Why? Because you have to have an integrated system that your mind goes immediately. And you review that every day, by the way, right? So once you do your life in words affirmations, you go to the images and you be like, do these images still reflect everything that I'm entering every day? Because at some point you'll be like, I don't even want this. I don't even want this. Or, oh my God, I'm missing a big thing here. And the manifestation comes sort of when you figure out how these two things, when they match, okay? Because you will see that sometimes your goals don't match how you affirm and don't match the images that you have on. One example today, somebody in our group emailed me her vision board and she had like a specific amount in her bank account and then she had something else. I have an infinite amount of money, something like this. Well, the infinite amount of money doesn't really work with a specific amount. They're in contradiction, right? So you might have this blockages of either you have infinite, which is not really, it's too vague, or you have something specific. Nobody has infinite anyways of anything. We don't have infinite. We especially don't have infinite time. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to, the manifestation for this week, I want to do the authoritative instructions because it's worked for people in my group. And this means I am going to ask you to manifest for something in your physical reality, but I'm going to say it as like I'm giving you directions to do that. This has worked very well with other people. See if it works for you. Okay. And then we're going to close our eyes for this. Then we're going to open our eyes and do the 369 tapping with I am a winner, which we do at the end of every live. And then we're going to end for today. Okay. So I want you all to close your eyes. This is going to take 30 seconds. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to manifest something, a specific object for me. I want you to extend your left hand because the left hand is connected to the creative right side of your brain. Extend your left hand in front of you, and on your left hand, place a golden key. You must manifest this out of thin air. Okay, the golden key is like an old style golden key for an old lock. It's gold, it's a key. And now I want you to close your palm with the key inside your palm and feel the shape of this key on your palm. Okay, feel it. And it's a key that's small enough that you can close your hand on it. And then what I want you to do with your closed palm is direct your closed palm towards the phone and give me this key. Okay, so I'm just going to reach out and take it. Then I'm going to put it in my heart. And I want you to understand that for me, you have to manifest this golden key somehow between now and next Monday. Whoever's in my group, I will post this. You can open your eyes now. Whoever's in my group, I'll post this and you'll put your testimonials there. And for whoever's not in my group, you know, maybe leave a comment on a video or what have you, because I really want to see the results of this. The group energy is very strong now. It's very strong. Okay, I started this group I think the group I started in June. It's increased in power. Like the things that new members of the group manifest now are so much more than what we were able to. Like it took us a lot longer when we started, which makes sense, right? Because it's group energy and that's how it works. So I want you all to take one big breath. Put your hands together for the 369. I am a winner. 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 I am a winner.